Hey, it's Ian here from wickedoutsourcing.com. Listen, the first time I tried outsourcing is about 4 years ago, and it didn't go so well. So I'll explain what I learned from that and how you can avoid making the same mistakes that I made back then. The first time I hired a virtual assistant, it was a bit of a disaster. It was about 4 years ago, I think, in 2008. I was basically running this blog all about email marketing. I'd update it every day, and I was trying to get links, and I was really busy trying to build this blog because my ultimate goal was to leave my job and become this kind of email marketing guru. So people would pay me to help them with their email marketing. So I had this blog, and I gave away tips and all this stuff, and it got quite big for a while. At the same time, I had this full-time job working for an online gambling company called Party Gaming. They had these websites called Party Poker, Party Casino that you might have heard of. I did their email marketing, and at the same time I had a young daughter. So basically, life was really busy. I never had enough time to do all the stuff I wanted. I'd go to bed every night, thinking, there's so much I wanted to do and I just haven't had time to do it. I'd be really frustrated. I can't remember where, but one day I came across a blog that was talking about how you can hire a virtual assistant in the Philippines. It was saying, you can hire a virtual assistant for like $300 a month, which I think is about £170 a month. It says that they'll speak great English and you can just give them stuff to do and they'll do your work for you. So I thought I'd try it. It sounded really good. I hired this virtual assistant called Kim. Kim was a guy. He was based in Manila. Pretty much right from the word go, it was a big stress. it was just like doubled my stress. Now the thing is, it wasn't Kim's fault at all. It was all to do with me. The reason it was such a big stress is that I had no idea what tasks I was going to outsource. All of a sudden I had this brand new employee who was on Skype pinging me, "Hey boss, what do you want me to do today?" And I just had no idea. The first thing I tried was actually getting him to write my blog for me, but it pretty soon I realised that I couldn't get him to do that. Like, the posts that he wrote, they were kind of okay, but they were just a bit like formulaic, a bit predictable. The English was good. It wasn't anything to do with the English, but it was just like by the time I'd thought of a post for him to write, and by the time I'd drafted it, like the structure out and edited it and improved the English, I could have just done it myself. So writing the blog didn't really work. So I actually tried outsourcing parts of my actual day job to him. Now, that didn't go so well either. Basically, the 8-hour time difference between London and the Philippines became a big problem because, let's say, unless I got a task to him by 11 a.m., he wouldn't be able to start on it until the next day because it was already the evening time in the Philippines. So then he wouldn't start on it until the next day. He wouldn't be able to kind of come back to me with questions like until the next day. So then that would be another day before he could get started on it. It would basically be a day or two before he could start any fresh task, which meant that a lot of the time he'd be working on stuff that I'd already had to just kind of give up and do myself. So that didn't really go well. Towards the end of our brief relationship, I actually ended up kind of inventing just stuff for him to do. One day I got some suits dry cleaned just so I could ask him to, just so I could get him to like research dry cleaners in my area. That was when I knew that hiring a virtual assistant wasn't for me at that point. So I had to let him go. I gave him like a month's severance, and I felt really bad about it. And it was like 4 years before I actually tried outsourcing again. Now, other bloggers I know have had the same experience as me. They hire a virtual assistant and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh my god, what do I give them to do?" So my advice that I want you to take away from this video is, if you're thinking of hiring a virtual assistant in the Philippines, do it, definitely. It's great. It really gets you thinking about how to work through other people and how to take your blog to the next level. I absolutely recommend it, but you need to know exactly what you need them to do before you hire them. Okay, I hope this video has been useful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to keep up with all the blogs, the stuff I post on wickedoutsourcing.com. Subscribe to my email list. Good luck.